Always the little bit of fingers crossed to make sure everything's working. And we'll just give everybody a few minutes to join as well. I am excited about tonight's live. Oh, interesting. Yay, that looks like that's working. Let's get this up and then we can see. So that's... is my sound working? I'll just double check. Yeah, there we go. We have noise as well. So we just need to double check that we are on YouTube as well, because YouTube is the one that's been causing me a few issues. So let's see. Yeah, that is also working. Great. Excellent. So tonight then, tonight I am going to do some quick cards tonight. Well, famous last words, I know, as you all know, that the quick cards are not my forte, but as those of you that follow us will know, we do have a sale going on at the moment, and the sale is our spring clean sale, and it's running until Monday the 28th until midnight. And in the spring clean sale section of the website, you will find over 80 products that are all reduced by 70%. This is a huge discount, absolutely huge. And the reason that I am looking to do a quicker live tonight is because I am so tired. Me and Anne are absolutely exhausted. We have been packing orders solidly all day. We managed to get through the first batch. There have been orders coming since then that we still need to process, so we will get onto them as soon as we can. But the amount of orders that we've had has been absolutely out of this world. That does mean that some items have sold out, because some of them were in quite low numbers to begin with, and some are like this close to being sold out. So what I thought tonight was I would use some more items from the sale, and ones that are looking like I might not get to use again because some of these are also retiring stock. So, but also I get to play with some other items that I haven't played with for a while as well. So not everything will be retiring, but some of the items that I've got planned for tonight are. So, one of the items that's in the sale is the Brighter Days paper pad, so I'm going to be using that today. And the first card that I've got in mind is using the Workout Pigs, who are super cute. Now, this set, I think I may have spoken to you before, actually, for both of the cards that I'd got planned. I have already stamped and coloured in my images for these, because I'd done that previously and I've not used them. So these are super cute. And I thought I want to use to make it quicker, and because my brain's not working so well, I wanted to do something that was kind of quick and simple, and just have fun making some cards. So this is kind of my process if I have already got images already die cut and coloured, how am I going to put my card together? So so I do already have those done, and I'm going to use some of the papers here because I want to make a really fun bright card. So this is the first card that we're going to do. Hi Siobhan, how are you? And Josh, hello to you as well. And Julie, good evening everyone. Oh, thank you so much for joining me. I am really excited to make some cards with you and just have a little bit of nice chilled out crafty time, because it's been a tough day. It's been a long day. So I already have my card base picked out. This is just plain white A6 card base. And then I've selected two papers from the paper set. I've selected this lovely stripe here because of the fun bright colours. I thought they'd go really well with my pigs. And I've also selected, and I don't know if I've got an example of this because I may have already used it all. These are all just my bits. Oh yeah, so I picked out some of the green polka dot to go with it because the stripes are quite bold and stand out quite a bit. I didn't want anything too busy behind it, so I've gone for the green polka dots. Now the great thing about paper sets like this is that all of the colours, so the colour palette in there, all coordinates with each other. So when you're picking items out of the pad, you know that they're going to work well together. It's just a matter of matching up your patterns so that you don't have too much of a clash in terms of how busy they perhaps are. So that's where I came up with my choices for the paper. And then for so what I'm looking to do is create a little bit of a kind of a strip across the centre of my card here. So I've used, now these dies aren't in the sale, but I did use them for my background. These are the Lovely Friend scalloped slimline dies. And the smallest die in the centre there is perfect for making like a scallop strip along the centre of your card. So that works really, really well. And then my intention is to pop my striped piece of paper across the middle there, and then line up all of my little pigs doing their workout across the centre because I thought that would look really cute. Hello Kathy, good afternoon from Maine. Hello to you. And Josh says, is that a bra in the pig stamps? A bra? What are you looking at? Oh, I need to, what have I just done with the stamp set? Where did I put it? Is it under there? I'm not sure what you're looking at. Is it this? Does it look like a bra? Yeah, so that's actually the skipping rope. But I can see what you're saying. So it actually cuts out around the rope there. Oh, have I frozen? I seem to have frozen on my Facebook page, but I don't know if that's just me. I've been having some real internet issues lately. I don't know whether it's the same for you. But Julie says, can see why you have had loads of orders. The spring clean is amazing. Placed an order today after sharing the website with a friend, and she then let me know what she wanted me to add to my order for her daughter. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is a great sale. Really, really is so good. So yeah, so it's not a bra, Josh. It is a little skipping rope. When you cut it out, it obviously cuts around the rope shape. But I think what you can see is where the stamp, the rest of the stamp is cut around that image. So it does actually look like a bra on screen. That's made me laugh. Not frozen your end. Oh, that's good. That's really good. And Kathy says, adorable little piggy and loves the stamp set. Fabulous. So thank you, Kathy. So that's my plan. But then I thought then that the background there looked just a little bit bland. So I've cut a piece of cardstock here, just from some white cardstock, using the Hooray cover die. Now this cover die, it actually goes with the Hooray hamsters, and I was going to do a card with the Hooray hamsters today because they are also looking quite dangerously close to selling out. But when I saw the pigs, and there's another set that I'm going to use that is also almost gone, that I thought, do you know what, I'm going to do those and I'll save the hamsters, and hopefully they'll still be around for me to use a little bit later on. But this cover die is awesome, and it's got this fabulous great big sentiment, and that sentiment I really wanted to use on another card, but that's again for another day. So it cuts out, the background piece cuts out this piece here with these little stitched like waves along the back, which I think is really cool decorative piece. And that means then that if I slot this under here, we've actually now got a little bit of subtle decoration on the back there. It's not going to detract from our, and this is in the sale, by the way, I should say. This is part of the sale. So a fabulous die at a really reduced price. So if I hold this up to the camera a little bit, you could probably see that it's got that little design. Now, my other, I'm talking 50 to the dozen, aren't I? Sorry, am I talking too fast? I feel like I'm on one tonight. So yeah, my other thought was, because this has got some really cool sentiments in here, which are really, really funny. Things like, I'd stop eating carbs, but I'm not a quitter. Exercise, I thought you said extra fries. Abs are cool, but have you tried donuts? And I work out, just kidding, I take naps, which I think is really cool. They're just funny ones. And then you've also got the eat, sleep, yoga, repeat, which the other thing just to mention for these, if any of you do any memory keeping or planners, these are great stamps and sentiments for your planners. So if you do any kind of yoga or workout and you're planning that into your routine, then these are great stamps to use for that. So I originally thought that it might be quite cool, and I might still do this, but I don't know whether it might end up being a bit too busy, to stamp some of these sentiments in the background. So make a bit of almost a collage of these sentiments in the background. Just kind of making my own kind of patterned paper, but I didn't know whether that might just end up being a little bit too busy now that we've got we've got our little waves in the background. But I do think these are really rather cool and might look really quite cute. There's also in the set these little like crosses and stars, which again might make nice little background pieces. Julie says, love the Hooray cover plate set as used to add Harry to a card. What a great idea. So that is another good thing. I mean, I know when we first introduced this, the design team were really coming up with challenging themselves to write different words with just the letters that were in here, because we didn't have an alphabet set at the time. So you could spell out Harry quite easily there. So that's really cool to do. Jane says, I've used these piggies in my latest memory keeping layout. That's fantastic. Oh, well, yes, you did give me a sneak peek of that, actually. I did see that. And that's why these are really useful to have if you do that kind of thing as well. Julie says, love the striped paper with the green with white dots. Would never consider that combo. That's it. It works really well because the colours match so nicely and it's bright and fresh, which is what we like. So I'm kind of not sure whether to do this or not. I don't know whether I might be getting a bit too, it might become a bit too busy, but I'm so tempted to try it. And what we can do is we could do this in a really kind of subtle colour in the background. What colour would I use? Maybe bring out some of that yellow would be quite cool. But you're not going to see all of the sentiment either. And then it's thinking about, right, well, what do we do for an actual sentiment? So my other idea, which again is quite cool, let's have a look. Let's pop these guys in a kind of an order. So my other idea was, so abs are cool, but have you tried donuts? I work out, just kidding, I take naps. They're quite cool, aren't they? And then maybe exercise, I thought you said extra fries. So do we have the coordinating dice for the sentiments in this? No, we don't. So one thought that I had here, if you you just bear with me a moment, I need to have a little look. I think this will be in my memory keeping collection. They're all my bits of ephemera. Let me just get my stamps and dies. So we do still have some of these in the shop, if I can find them. There they are. So we don't have the stamps in the shop anymore, but we do have the, because they sold out unfortunately, but we do have the coordinating dies. So these are the speech bubble ones, and what I'm hoping is that we have a speech bubble that is big enough for our sentiments. So this one looks like a good speech bubble, and that one I think could just about fit that one. Oh, that's so cool. Right, I'm excited because I think we might have got a nice little solution here for our, that one could fit that one, couldn't it? Or even like that way. Yes, so let's use these here. So what colour cardstock? Maybe the yellow would work, the yellow cardstock. Let's have a look in my paper pad here, because we have this bit of paper here, and while it's not all yellow, large portions of it are. So if I select the right portions, so for example maybe this bit here works quite well, that could make an interesting little piece, couldn't it, for our I like this, and that one has got a bit more colour in it. I do quite like this idea. I'm going to stick with the yellow, I think, because that's going to bring out the yellow that's in our background and the greeny colour. So let's cut these out and see what these look like, because I think this is quite an interesting little idea. And then we can stamp on this afterwards. So Claire says, just popping in to say hi, out for tapas with the girls. Early Mother's Day treat. Lovely card, Joe. Oh, what an absolute treat that is. Very lucky lady. Well, and happy Mother's Day to you. Kathy says, just ordered the piggy stamp and die. Hope it does not take too long to arrive. So excited. Oh, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. Thank you, Kathy. If you, I would say if you're in the States, it does help to have the track delivery, because normal delivery does take a bit longer. But we'll certainly do our best to get it packed and with the postman as soon as we can for you. Hello Lauren, hi Sue, how are you? Julie says, got to do an assignment for a floristry course on colour relationships, so looking forward to seeing what I learn over the next weeks and seeing how you can apply it to card making. See, this is the great thing about doing other crafty things, isn't it, Julie, is that you can apply a lot of these things to your card making, and you know, vice versa. A lot of what you learn when you're card making, you're definitely going to be able to transfer to your floristry course. And I know that myself and Jane Vaughan, who's on the design team and is watching tonight, we're really enjoying the memory keeping side of things. So you can most definitely apply what you learn from a card making point of view to your project's memory keeping, without a doubt. So I'm just going to try cutting this one out of this centerpiece because there was a little bit too much. I don't know if you guys can see, it might be so small, the little bit of the black on there, which I'm not that much of a fan of. So I'm going to try just cutting it out of this piece, and then if not, it doesn't matter because we can always add a bit of ink blending to it. So Again, I don't know if this is going to work. It might be too colourful. But I just thought it was worth a little try. If you don't try, you just don't know, do you? So this is why we so that's better because that's not got any of the black on there. So then I just need to stamp these onto here. So I'm going to do my very best effort at stamping. So this is going to fit on this one. Yeah, I think that one fits on that one better. And then this one is going to fit onto here. And then this one is going to go this way because it needs to be pointing upwards. So I'm going to use the VersaFine Onyx Black to stamp these. I'm going to pop this onto here. So Julie's just asking, have you got many booked in for the class on Saturday? Unfortunately, we have had to cancel the class on Saturday. We didn't have the take-up for it, in all honesty. So it does mean that if we don't get the numbers, then we have to cancel, which is such a shame. But what I am planning on doing instead is doing an online version of it. I just need to have the opportunity to be able to coordinate it and get it set up for a Zoom class, or a Facebook Live. I'm not sure which do you guys prefer. Do you prefer doing like a Facebook class that you can join, or do you prefer the Zoom? Oh, that looks so cool! I love that. Abs are cool, but have you tried donuts? I do like this. I think it looks really cool. It is very very bright with the different colours, but I just think it's going to look so different. So let's try the exercise. I thought you said extra fries. And so I am being quite brave here. Sorry if my head pops into view. But I just want to make sure that I get this right. Yes. So we can have that one down there, that one down there. That's really cute. Love it. See, this is, you know, sometimes I think it's nice to just have your images already cut and then just do a bit of playing. Hello, Lucianne, how are you? I've just, you know, you can just play with some papers, play with your inks, and just play with some of your different dyes that you might not have used for a while. That works quite well for the guy in the middle, doesn't it? That one. Lauren says, I liked the Facebook one last time and that we could watch for a bit, but also a Zoom could be cool as you would see little versions of some others. Yes, I think that's the thing. If you do a Zoom, you can see each other, can't you? Which and then I can kind of see what you guys are doing, and if there are any issues, then you can show me your work and we can work on it together. I think that's how it works. I will be honest, I've never done a Zoom like that. I've done Zoom. Well, I'll. This is a confession. Don't tell my mum if she's watching. But mind you, I think I may have already told her. But I did do a speed awareness course via Zoom during lockdown. So I've done like a Zoom kind of a class. The only thing that I found a bit awkward with it was when several people are trying to talk at the same time, and it goes a bit peculiar. So everybody has to be on mute unless they want to talk. Otherwise it causes all kinds of like feedback and can be a bit awkward. So yeah. But the thing is that we can try it, can't we? And we'll learn. Yes, I know, Laura, and that's really naughty. Don't tell anyone, will you? So I think this is looking really, really kind of cool. I love it. So Zoom is more personal, says Josh. Yes, I agree. Rather than me just talking at you, which is kind of what I'm doing right now, isn't it? To be fair. But I know you're talking back to me while you're typing, but I think if you're on a Zoom, we can all interact a little bit more, can't we? I just think maybe we do. Right, let me speak with my words. If we do a Facebook Live like we're doing now, then it doesn't matter how many people are watching, if that makes sense, because I can kind of touch you all. If there are lots of comments, it's sometimes hard for me to keep up, but for the most part, I can, as many people as we like can join. If we do a Zoom class, we might have to limit the numbers just so that for that point of how many people can I actually really manage, if you like, in that live setting comfortably. So I think that's something for us to think about. But the other great thing about doing a Zoom or a Facebook Live is that it doesn't matter where in the world you are, you can join in. Whereas at the moment, I think some of the issue that we've got with getting take up is that we don't have many people who live close by. A lot of you are international, or you live in elsewhere in the UK, and it's too far for you to travel. So I think a Zoom really, really helps with that. I think I'm just making sure that this is really stuck down because I want to make sure it's nice and flat. Lucianne says, can you cut out then stamp, or is it stamp and then cut? For what in particular? Oh, Lucianne says, just been crafting 2 cards, took me 3 hours, lol, as so many different elements though, and I love it. Oh, that's fab. That sounds like a really fun time. Angie says, it's definitely good for me here in Greece. If I were in the UK, I would be close. Yeah, you would. Would you be close? Yeah, you would be in Leeds. Well, you're in Leeds, aren't you, if you're in the UK? Lucianne says, I killed my big shot. Oh no. Is that with all of the die cutting that you've been doing? So in answer to you, I think I'm answering the question, Lucianne, and saying, can you cut out then stamp, or is it stamp and then cut out? You just saw then that I actually cut out and then stamped. It is tricky to do that if you're going to do that with an image like this. So for my character images, I tend to stamp and then die cut. I find that easier. But then for something like this, to be able to line it up, I found it easier to die cut first. So there you go. I think it swings and roundabouts. If you've got a stamping platform and you can secure your die cut to your stamping platform enough to do the stamping, then you might do it that way. But for my character images, I find that quite difficult. Sue Nicholson, hello my lovely, says, do you prefer using glue or double-sided tape? So when I'm trying to stick to my card base and line it up correctly, I prefer the glue because it allows me to wiggle it around a little bit. If I use the tape and I've lined it up incorrectly, I'm going to ruin my cardstock, I'm going to rip it, and it's going to be a nightmare. So I do tend to do that. Interestingly, if I'm doing any kind of memory keeping, I prefer to use my my tape runner because it's quick for just basically just chucking stuff down. And I feel like I don't need to be as precise, whereas with this, I feel like I need to be a bit more precise. Jane says she's done some virtual card making events during lockdown, so if you decide to do one, I could help out with some ideas. Jane, I'm so glad you said that, because I will be coming straight to you guys for some help, definitely. And I think, was it Lucy Ann said that someone can join me and we can take it in turns, which again, Jane, I might be coming to some help for that as well. So on the subject of these types of things, so Sue, for example, I'm going to use some glue here because I just find it easier to line this up with the glue. It's also quite quick as well. So because I want to make sure I'm lining this up correctly with my pre-cut pre-cut cardstock, I'm going to use that glue. Now this is Cosmic Shimmer glue, and it dries really, really well. It doesn't tend to leave the bumps and lumps that you get with some glues, but I also only use a little bit because it is so good. You don't need to use tons of it. So that's going to go onto here. Now you can see it does overhang a little bit, so I'm going to trim that down. And I'm considering, do I lay it flat? Because I think I'm probably going to add a bit of dimension with these guys. But I was tempted to also add a bit of dimension with this panel. And so more dimension is better than less, in my view. So I'm going to line this up. This is a little bit naughty to do it this way. Well, it's not naughty, but there's probably, more precise ways of doing this. So I'm just going to trim that out. That edge was overhanging a little bit and bothering me. So my kind of quick and easy way of doing this is add a little bit of washi tape. And then I'm just going to literally just cut it from behind there. So I could have put that through my trimmer, but we're going for quick, fun cards, aren't we? Sue says she's finding lumps and bumps with the glue. Exactly. So yeah, that's the thing, is that you, for some glues, craft glues, you will find that. But the Cosmic Shimmer glue, I've found no problems with that at all. So I'm going to pop this up with some of our wide foam tape. Josh says he'd love to come visit our shop. I would love you to. Whereabouts are you? Angie said that yes, you're in Leeds. I thought so. I thought I remembered packing orders for you that were going fairly local. So yeah, you would definitely be within driving distance. Probably take you about half an hour, 40 minutes tops to get to us. So we are in Sheffield, Josh. So I don't know whereabouts you are, but I am actually going to be, so if anybody is in the local area watching, I am going to be in the shop this Saturday morning between 9:30 and about 12. There is at the venue where the shop is in Stocksbridge, there is a car boot sale going on there this weekend, so it is going to be quite busy. But it's also a good opportunity for me to open the doors and invite people in, and hopefully people will come in and say hello. So if you're in the area and you want to pop in and say hello, then please do. I'd love to see you. If you search for the venue Stocksbridge online, you will find them, no problem. So that's our base on there. So yeah, and then I potentially I'm going to try and open at least once a month for half a day or so, if people want to come and visit. So it's just whether there is enough interest for people to want to come. Let's have a look. Julie says, fingers crossed that me and Harry can make the next class. Not sure Blake would sit and listen. However, could always maybe bring Alana, Harry's friend, and my friend's daughter. I'm sure we can manage to keep them entertained. Josh, you're in Scotland. That's quite a long way to come. But here's a question for you, right? So this is leading on to the next thing. we were considering doing a kind of a retreat, crop, whatever you might want to call it, a full day event at the venue for more people. There is space at the venue for us to hire a hall, have presentation video running, put on food for you guys and make it a full day's event. If we were to do something like that, would people be interested, and would people perhaps be prepared to travel the distance to Sheffield to come for something that was a bit longer? We were also looking at maybe getting some discounts at local hotels if people wanted to stay over, and spend the day with us in sunny Sheffield. We've got in mind a date in October, to give us plenty of time to plan and prepare. But do let us know in the comments if that is something you'd be interested in, because what we might start to do is start advertising that quite soon, so that we can make sure we've got the numbers, and then we can obviously justify doing the day in the class. So I think let me know if you'd be up for that. Sharon says we're hoping to go to England in the late summer. I want to shop for craft supplies while you're there. Oh, you must let me know then and pop in. Siobhan says, of course. Julie's up for a craft retreat. Julie, you travelled blooming miles for an hour and a half, 2-hour workshop. Although you did stay for both, didn't you? Bless you. So I know you're definitely up for it, aren't you? God love you. So I think that this is quite a cute little arrangement. I want to kind of change the heights of these two so that they look a little bit more funky. So let's stick my pigs down first, and then we can stick these little things down too. So little piggies first. Lauren says would be interested, but depends on dates, as it would be a whole family trip. Wow, the whole family comes out for the day. That's the thing. I know it's tough, to get time to do it, and so we were thinking. I think it was. You'll have to help me with the dates, but I think the provisional date that we had in mind was the 8th of October, which should be a Saturday. If it's not, then it is the Saturday is the day that we've provisionally booked that's nearest the 8th, which could be the 9th. So Josh says yes and yes to workshop. It's a 4-hour drive. As I type in time for tea, I think it shows your house. Oh, it might do. Yeah, it might show our house, because that is where time for tea used to be based. Well, I am in my house right now, so we are still based here. But the shop is in Stocksbridge, so you wouldn't be coming to my house, but the shop is 15 minutes from my house. So it's not far away at all. So if you've got roughly the house, then you've pretty much got where we are. So I'm just going to snip off a tiny little bit off this here, because I want to just add some to that little barbell that he's got there, and I'll save the other little piece just there. 8th of October is a Saturday, so the provisional date then that we've got in the diary is the 8th. So if you guys are up for joining us for a bit of craftiness, that would be awesome. And I'm hoping that my lovely design team are going to be able to help me plan the day. Right, so they look like they're pretty much on a level. And then we'll have one there, didn't we say? This one's a bit thinner, I feel. That one's a bit fatter. Is that the right way? No, that one's thinner. That this poor guy's getting all the hassle. Both of them are pointing towards him, aren't they? But I reckon he's a little piglet. Okay, so I'm just going to snip these down a little bit. Just thinking about whereabouts it's going to be positioned, actually. For is it going to have enough to stick? I'm going to have to do double stickiness, but I think that's going to work. Let's try that one. Oh. That fits quite nicely just in that little area there, doesn't it? So I'll just pop that there. And then this one, I think I'm going to put a little bit higher up. So I'm going to do double the tape across the top so that it's supported. So let me just double check that I've done that right. Actually, one looks like it works, but it sits too easily. So yeah, I think we will double that one. That goes like so. Yeah, that's good. And then maybe a little sliver just along the bottom there. Yes. So Lizzie says, hey Joe, I have a few crafty friends that I'm pretty sure would be interested in a longer type workshop retreat, anything for a crafty day out. Exactly. I think I would love that. And she also said DT will definitely be reporting for duty on the day. Oh, bless you. That would be so cool. That would be so much fun, wouldn't it? I do think it's like a little bit of a time for tea get together. It's just be so awesome. So let's see right now then, where was this one going to sit? This one's going to need double the bits at the bottom there. So let's do one there, and then one on top, and that I think should work with just the one layer on the top there to support it, and then pop that one just there. Oh yeah, love it. That's made me chuckle. So that, I think I'm actually really chuffed with that. That's come together really quite quickly. It's fun, it's bright. I don't think it needs anything else on there. I really like that a lot. What do you think? It's quite cute. Just making sure. Oh, Julie says, was well worth it travelling up just from the south of Bristol. Loved every minute of it. I know you came so far. So there we go. That's our little workout pigs. Oh, I love that. Right, so that's card number 1 complete. So for card number 2 then, again, I'm going to use the paper pad. This is the Brighter Days paper pad. I'm just going to sort out all of my nonsense here. I was thinking about using the You Are Awesome die, which is also in the sale, but I like what we did with the little speech bubbles instead, so I ended up not using that one. So I'm just going to move these out of my way because I'm not using those now. We're going to get confused. So again, this one should be quite a quick card because what I wanted to do was show you how you can put together a really quick and simple card. Basically, that's the whole purpose of tonight's live. So one of the sets that is definitely on its way out and won't be coming back is the Elephantastic stamp set. So this is mine from back in the day. It's got old the old logo on there and everything. Love this set. It's been so super popular, but like we say, we do need to make room for some of the newer stuff. So I thought, you know what, I'm not going to get to use this again probably, so I want to have a play with it today. And I did have some of the characters already stamped and coloured in, and they matched my colour scheme, which was also quite handy. So I thought, right, I'm going to use these, because otherwise I'm probably not going to get to use them. So I'm going to use some of my little cute elephants here, and I've pulled out some of the paper from the Brighter Days paper pad, and I love this because it's got the clouds on it, and the clouds are absolutely perfect for your backgrounds. So my plan is to use this as part of my background. I'm going to cut it down, and I'm also going to use this sentiment die. So this sentiment die, again, this is in the sale, and it's the It's Your Day, which I absolutely adore this set, and I don't use it nearly enough because it's got this beautiful banner with the stitch detail, which you can use separately. You can use on so many different projects, but then it's also got the It's Your Day. So it cuts out the It's Your, which you can see there, and then the day is, you can just use the day separately on its own, and that cuts out the solid letters. This die here cuts out the frame. So you can see here how I've layered this up, and I'm bringing that a little bit closer. I know the light perhaps isn't the best. Let me just tilt that a little bit. So you can see that I've actually put an outline, that outline die in pink around the word day. So that creates some extra dimension and just really frames it. And obviously you can do that in any colour that you'd like. So this is kind of the starting point of my card here. I want a little bit of a white frame, so I am going to cut this out, and I also want to ground my characters. So we've got our little guy here at the coconut shy. You can also use your little character here. So this little character here can be throwing one of the coconuts as well at the coconut. You know, I think, would you throw a ball at the coconuts? But you could be throwing another coconut at the coconuts. But I'm going to use this guy with the little heart because the pink goes with our sentiment, goes with this. So I think I'm going to use that. I also did have this little guy already stamped and die cut, and already on some foam tape, but the colours don't quite match what I'm doing. So these die cuts that you might have seen are from the Box Clever die set, which are also really cool. So you can use those to build up your scene, which I might just do as well to add a little bit more decoration. And then I thought I would probably use this, the rest of this polka dot, to make a little bit of ground for our little guy to sit on. And this is just going to be a really fun, sweet little scene that we're going to create here. So I'm going to cut out this with my A6 layering dies. So just bear with me while I find those. They're my A2s, but they are, oh no, they're the A6 ones, perfectly. Picked them out straight away. So let's think about how much of a white border do we want. I generally like a decent border, but there's got to be enough room for this to layer up and then these guys. So yeah, I think that one's going to be perfect. So let's cut this out. With the layering dies. And again, this is just us having a little play with things that we've got in our stash. And making some really fun cards. Sue says that she's pleased she ordered the papers this week. Love the cloud sheet. It's such a versatile sheet. Oh, sorry about that noise, everyone. I just knocked over my plates. And you know me, because I'm a crafter like you guys, and I know what cards I want to make. When I'm designing papers or anything else, I am thinking about, right, what do I think I'm going to use a lot of? And you know, we make scenes a lot, don't we, in our card making, with all our critters. So having some clouds, yes, you could use a stencil and you could ink blend your clouds, no problem, because we have the stencils, we sell those as well. But maybe you don't want to spend time doing that. This is what I'm trying to show tonight, is that use your papers to make some quick cards, some quick scenes and quick backgrounds. Team it up with your other dies and you're going to make something really, really fun. It doesn't always have to be a labour of love. So I think it was Laura that was saying that she'd spent hours die cutting a really complex card, which is a lot of fun to do, but you may not always want to do that. So this scallop isn't going to work for my plan. So I'm going to, but I don't want anything too complex. So I don't know whether I just want to cut a straight line here, because I don't want it to be too busy in the background. But I don't want too much of it. I just want enough to be able to ground my little character here. Oh, that's really cute. And I also want to stamp a sentiment underneath, a sub-sentiment from the set. So let's pop that there. So I think that this is about the right amount of ground, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to use the grid here just to help me line this up. And then I'm going to grab a pencil. So this is me doing this a little bit more scientifically than I did previously. So marked out where I want that to be, and then I'm going to use my trimmer to trim this out properly. My trimmer will help me make sure that I'm getting this in a nice straight line. I'm just going to do it a little bit larger than I've drawn, just because you can always cut more off. If it's too big, you can't add it back on, can you, once you cut it off? So there we go. So that's my little add-on piece of grass. So that fits on the bottom of there, lovely. It overhangs a little bit, but that's okay. I did that on purpose, so we can trim it down. And that fits beautifully on there. So like I said, what I want to do is I want to stamp a sub-sentiment under here. And in this set, you've got the sentiments of you are an elephantastic friend, hello, and big hugs. But I think I'm going to go with you are elephantastic. It's your day, you are elephantastic. I think that makes quite a good combo. Now I could stamp it directly onto there, which I was originally going to do. So the you are elephantastic. Yeah, I'm going to stamp it directly on there because I think that's going to look cool. Let's move this die out of the way. And let's get my stamping platform for this, because this is, I want to line this up correctly. So that's not my stamping platform, that's my trimmer. I told you I was tired. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Let's move these out of the way. Okay, so stamping platform. I don't need the rest of this, I only need the green bit because I'm just going to do it in the middle. So let's pop that on there. And if you don't have the room to put your magnets on, a little bit of washi tape can help. Just keep everything lined up and not moving. So you are elephantastic. We want that quite near the middle now, and at the bottom. So if we imagine these guys are going to sit here, so elephantastic you are. I'm going to, sorry if my head's popping away, I'm going to do the you are first, because I don't want it to be too large a space in between. So let's pop that down there. Because of the way that stamps are made, they do have a little bit of a lip around the outside edge, which can mean that when you're trying to line up two words, it doesn't work as well. Love the cloudy paper, says Annalisa, just back from her walk. The sale is going tremendously well. Thank you. Mina says the day die would be awesome for the word dad for Father's Day cards too. Yes, perfect. Absolutely perfect for Father's Day. Brilliant. Or if you're announcing to somebody that that's their dad. It's your dad. But no, yeah, you could definitely use that for that, 100%. So I'm just going to line this up and make sure that this is a little bit more of an appropriate spacing. Have I done that too close now? There we go. Is it straight? Using my grid here will help me make it straight, but also using the dots, the polka dots, will help me make it straight also. See you soon, Angie. Thank you for popping in. Enjoy the replay. And I'm just using my little air hockey puck. It's not really, but that's what it looks like to me, just to help me get a good stamp on there, and that seems to have done the job. I'm not even going to bother doing it twice. I think the VersaFine does such a good job that you don't often need to do it twice, so that's awesome. Oh, there it is. It's so clear I couldn't see it. There we go. That's into there. Okay. So you are elephantastic. Just carefully remove your washi tape. Don't want to ruin that, do we? Now we've stamped it, and then we can start popping this guy together now. Like I say, really nice, simple card, this one. So just pop that back. I'm just going to use my bone folder just to get a nice crease on this card base. And then now we've got all of our bits already die cut, I can use my glue, I think, just to add my grass on here. So I'm going to use this is Cosmic Shimmer glue as well, Sue, if you're still with us. This is the Cosmic Shimmer glue, but I've decanted it into a little bottle there with that needle tip, because that does just make it easier for applying. It gives you a bit more precision, and means you're not applying too much as well. And then I'm just going to snip off that excess there. Perfect. So do I pop this? I think I'm going to add some dimension to my background using some foam tape. I was just having a little think there. Did I want to add dimension or did I not? But I decided dimension is is everything. We love a bit of dimension. I was going to say dimension is life because that's what Laura Basson says, but I don't want to steal her thing. That's definitely her thing, isn't it? So, popping that on there. Love this foam tape. Just love it so much. It's awesome. Right, that's going on there. And then, now you are, the thing to just to remember here as well is that you are adding paper. So it's 170 GSM, the paper. So it's not quite cardstock grade. So it is a little bit, lighter. So that's why I like to add a lot of support to the back of it. But if you're worried about it, you could just add a piece of cardstock behind it as well before you stuck that down. So It's Your Day, I think I'm going to lay flat, but add dimension to my other characters. So again, I'm going to use liquid glue for this. And pop that on there and then line that up. Lovely. And then we've just got our little characters. Oh, this is really cute. This is so cute. And again, it's another one that's come together so easily. So I think I'm going to use two different types of adhesive on the back of here. I think that's already got a bit of glue on it, or is it a bit of cardstock? So for my little elephant lump, again, I'm going to cut this down. I think Rosie has just woken up. You can hear. Oh, did anybody hear that cry? I don't know if you can hear her. I'm in here. I'm going to get photo bombed by the cat in a moment. So I'm just using little bits of my foam tape here because, like I say, it is my favourite foam tape, and I would rather just cut it to size than have loads of different types of, because then I know that everything that I'm doing is the same height. So I'm just going to cut a really slim piece to get the sides of these a little bit of support, just there. And then I'm not going to keep that little tiny piece. And then for the top part, I'm going to move to my slimmer shaker tape. Now you can see that mine's quite, well loved and well used, and the middle bits come out of it, but that's just because it's not been stored very well in my craft room. But yours would be whole if you were to buy it. But this is just going to make it so easy just to fill this space at the top. It's actually cut from the same roll as the wide foam tape, so again it's going to be the same depth, so it's going to work, the two are going to work perfectly side by side. So we'll just pop that on there, and then we can remove that tape off the back. I think it was Linda that was saying, who came to our last class, Linda Gunn, I think it was her surname, I'm sure that was her surname, who said that this was the easiest tape to remove off the back as well of your pieces. If you're like me and you have like gel nails or whatever, sometimes it can be really quite tough to get your tape off the back, but this is really much simpler. Now I was going to have that on a little bit of a jaunty angle, I just think it looks cute on a jaunty angle. Jane's is so cute. It is really cute. These elephants are adorable. And there's just so many different ways that you can use the elephants, because you could use this little guy. I used him just on some craft cardstock, just coloured in with some pencils, and did more of a kind of sending love kind of a thinking of you card, whereas this is obviously more of a birthday celebration kind of a card. So you can use them for all different kinds of occasions. It doesn't have to just be, you know, the bright sunshiny kind of effect that we've got here. Now, I did say I was going to use some of these clouds, but I don't think I've got room for them now, although they could look quite cute. That's got a little bit of tape on the back there. I don't want to stick it down quite. Oh, I do like that. I do quite like that look. What do we think to that? That looks cute. Oh, yes, I like it. And we've got the sunshine, but I think the sunshine will be too much. But I'm going to add these to the back there, and then because this does overhang ever so slightly, actually I've secured that down, and maybe I just want to move it down a little bit so it overhangs my it's a bit too much. Oh no, it was probably in the right place actually, and now I've removed that without it really being necessary. So let's snip off that corner there. I didn't mind it overhanging, but so there we go. That's I like the fact that we had those little little clouds. They've just added a little bit of something extra, I think, haven't they? So I'm really pleased then that I got to use those little elephants, because I'll be so sad not to be able to not to have used them. So I'm glad that I had that opportunity, and let's just have a little closer look. And what I've noticed for my little elephant here, he doesn't really have much of our usual jelly roll highlights. So I'm going to add those as a little finishing touch around his ears and his bum. Very cute. And I'll just add a little bit of white to those little toes. Giving him a fresh manicure there. And then we do the same to the coconut shy, just to finish that off. Oh, I love this. So fun. Yeah. Cool. So there we go. That's just added a few extra little highlights there to, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if the light gets worse the closer I get. Love the little stand, how pretty. And Mick says, Annalisa, and Minna says, elephants also look super cute on baby cards. Yes, absolutely. They're perfect for baby cards, aren't they? So these are the two cards that we've made today. I really loved how they turned out. I love using my papers in different ways and to create different scenes, and you can see just how different those papers have been used to make different backgrounds, but such fun little cards. Yeah, I'm really pleased with those. I think they've turned out really, really well, and I'm glad that I managed to use some of my stash as well. So let's bring out my other little piggies as well. Give them a little showing. So that's the little fries that go with the pigs, but we didn't have anywhere to put that. So yeah, this guy here is holding on to his fries. Look. They're so cute. So yeah, I hope that that's being fun for you guys too. I've absolutely loved doing that. It was so it was sometimes it's just so freeing to just be able to just play with stuff that you've got in your stash and bring it all together. Lindsay says, such cute cards. Alison says, super cute cards. Annalise says, such a great use of pattern papers. And Julie says, absolutely love both cards you've made. Thanks for the live, Joe. Going to head off to bed now. Night all. Good night, Julie. Sleep well. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me tonight. Like I say, the sale is continuing until Monday at midnight, so you can still grab these while they're still in stock. So do check those out, and all the other great things that are in the sale. I will be back next week for another live on Tuesday. We're on the run up to appearing at a craft show, the Stamping Together show in Liverpool on the 2nd of April. That means that there won't be a live this time next week because we'll be preparing to go to Liverpool. So, but I will be here on Tuesday at 12. So yeah, so I shall see you all then. Have a lovely crafty weekend and good evening. See you soon. See you soon, guys. Bye.